All right, welcome to CVCC. We apologize for the delay. Central Alabama is leading CVCC in the top of the fourth inning by a score of 10-5. We'll try to get some rosters up. We're only playing one game today. Actually, this is a conference opponent, Central Alabama out of Alexander City. We'll try to get some players' rosters in just a few minutes. We thank everybody watching us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Great day for a baseball game here at Howard Lake Field on the beautiful campus of Chattahoochee Valley Community College. It is 10-5. Here's a 3-2 count. And tipped in the glove. That's going to be an out. That's the first out here in the fourth inning. CVCC taking on a Central Alabama team that has some players that actually played in this area during their high school careers. Hojo Dean, Holton Dean, played at Russell County, and Levi Pender played at Glenwood. In fact, Levi Pender was a three-sport athlete, played quarterback and also forward in basketball. We'll go ahead and it's a 1-1 count. Inside for a ball, it is going to be 2-1. Top of the fourth inning. Checking the runner at second. Fires to the plate. There's a ground ball. It's going to be into left field for a base hit. Rounding third, turning the corner. And now we got runners at the corners for Central Alabama. There we go. It's just a beautiful day for some baseball. Nothing like coming to the ballpark and enjoying America's pastime, especially since this is the week of opening day in the majors. Figure, why not come enjoy some baseball? That's going to be in the dirt. High for a ball, and it is 2-0. That's low, ball 3, so it's a 3-0 count to the batter. Ten to 5 is your score. Central Alabama putting up 9 runs in that third inning. They were down 5-1. CVCC actually put up 5 runs in the first inning, as that's in there for a strike, and it is a 3-1 count. Runners now in scoring position for Central Alabama. It's in there for strike 2, so it's a full count to the batter. There's a ground ball to second. Throw to first. In time for the out, but a run will score, and it's now 11-5, Central Alabama on top. The wind starting to pick up here Central Alabama coming in as a team, 10 home runs. Sanders Dyer will be the batter. He's batting .250 on the season. Brady Thomas on deck. We'll also get a chance to see Levi Pender, number 41. He's actually will be up if Central Alabama is able to keep this inning alive. It is a 1-1 count to Sanders Dyer. Pitch is fired away, and that is outside for a ball. Two-one delivery. Just missed. That's low for a ball. It's 3-1. Here's 3-1 pitch. Hitters count. Runs it full. Runner at third base. 2 away. Here in the top of the 4th inning. And the payoff pitch is low, ball 4. So coming up to the plate will be Brady Thomas, who's batting .267 on the season. On deck is the former Glenwood Gator Levi Pender. I know he's got some family members watching him here locally. That's low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. That's going to be low and away again. 2-0 count to Brady. And there's the pitch. A little high chopper foul down the third base line, and we will start it again. Two and one count. And the pitch, high for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count for the batter, Brady Thomas. Here's the pitch. That's high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Levi Pender. Pender on the season, the freshman, batting .214. He's got a home run with 7 RBIs. And he's got a golden opportunity to really open this one for Central Alabama. The base is loaded. First pitch is in there for a strike. That one is high and away for a ball. 2-1. Swing and a miss, as that was low. And it is a 1-2 count to Levi Pender. And the 1-2 delivery. That's low and away, and it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here we go. The pitch. And that's popped up right field. Underneath it, making the catch to end the inning as Central Alabama strands 3 runners on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. They lead 11-5 here from CVCC. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jackson Memorial Hospital, our focus is for we can perform more than 1,300 joint replacements. Can explain your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jackson Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Welcome back here to CVCC, bottom of the 4th inning. On the mound for Central Alabama is Luca Cafaro. And starting things off for Chattahoochee Valley Community College is Jaden Nunez. 333 batting average on the season for Nunez. Cafaro starts him off. Fouled away. That's now a 1-1 count. Cafaro delivers and gets away from the catcher. It's 1-2 now. There's the 2-1. And that's taken for a strike. And the pitch has lined in the left. That's going to be chasing on it. Makes an incredible catch out there in left field. What a stab by the left fielder. His hat came off in the process. Incredible catch. Now there's one away here in the bottom of the 4th. And coming up to the plate will be Michael Fallon, batting .222 on the season. That one's fouled away. The 0-1. Low and away. I'll make it a 1-1 count. And the pitch. Change up. Got him swinging at that one. It's 1-2. There's the 1-2 delivery outside and evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Luca Cafaro, he is so far 3 appearances. He's pitched 2 innings. He's coming in. That is outside and it runs the count full on Michael Fallon. Normally, CVCC plays a doubleheader. They're actually playing 1 game today. That's going to be strike 3 call. Two away. Coming up to the plate will be Kendall Jackson. Comes in with a .295 batting average. And the pitch, that's going to be a foul ball. Low for a ball. It's 1-1 now. Here's the 1-1. That's line to center. That's going to fall for a base hit. And a 2-out single for Kendall Jackson to start the 4th. And with that being said, we're going to get a batter to come up, Connor Cosby. .260 batting average on the season. Pitch is high and away for a ball. And that's line to center. Hit right at the center fielder, makes the catch to retire the side, but a runner stranded. We played 4 here at CVCC. It's Central Alabama 11, CVCC 5. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody.
At
This is
Houston
DJ
Memorial
Jones with the
Hospital,
Sports Vision's
our
morning
focus
show
is
for the
you.
best in
Even though
local,
we
regional,
performed
and
more than
national sports news.
1,300 joint
Weekdays
replacements
from
last
6
year.
a.m. to
We
9
treat you
a.m.
like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you
You
back
can
on
find the
your feet.
Sports Vision's morning
That's why our
show
hospital
on
is
Facebook,
recognized year after year
YouTube.
as a
Also, you
leader
can
in
listen to us on
patient
Apple and
satisfaction
Spotify by
quality of
typing
care.
in the Sports
Jack
Vision's
Houston
morning
Memorial
show
Hospital.
and
Excellence
download the Sports
always.
Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Top of the 5th inning, Central Alabama leading 11-5 after a 9-run third inning. And leading things off. There's a nice up scoop. Got the out. And takes care of business here in the 5th with a ground out. Now Gavin Mayo coming up to the plate. And Davis Gully ends up grounding out. And the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. That pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. That pitch is inside. It is 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Now the count is even at 2-2. To the batter, Gavin Mayo, who's had 8 games so far. Check swing. He did go around. That's going to be strike 3. Throw it out to first. And that officially makes the out. So with 2 down, Deuce Sims is going to come up to the plate. Again, Central Alabama putting up 9 runs in that third inning. They were trailing 5-1. And that pitch is high for a ball. Low and in the dirt, 2-0. And the ump calls time. It gives us an opportunity to say that this broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Houston Clinic, and Coca-Cola. 2-0. And that's in there for a strike. And as always, the first inning is brought to you by State Farm Carroll Purdue. Been serving the Phoenix City community for over 16 years. Yeah, 16 years is longer than I've been in Columbus. 2 balls and 1 strike, and the pitch. Low and away. It's going to be a hitter's count. Here we go. 3 balls and 1 strike. To the batter, Deuce Sims. That's going to be outside, ball 4. A 2-out walk issued to Deuce Sims. And now we got the lefty coming up, A.J. Sanchez for Central Alabama. As this will be 1 game today. The traditional doubleheaders that CVCC plays usually has a start time of 1 o'clock Eastern, because they got to get both games in due to the fact that Howard Lake Field does not have lights. Sims with a lead at first. And the stretch on the 1-1, and that is sliced foul down the right field line. Trying to pull that one. And maybe get it on the line. On the mound for CVCC, Connor Trepanier, who played at Northside, is the younger brother of Brian Trepanier, who played, they both actually played for the Columbus Chatahoots. Brian Trepanier recently was playing with the Texas Tailgaters. Now he's back in Banana Ball. Try to get exactly what he's doing at Banana Ball. 2-2 is just outside, and it runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on A.J. Sanchez here with 2 down, and Sims will be running on this pitch. Trepanier. Payoff pitch coming, running, strike 3 right on the inside corner. Inning over. Trepanier does not give up a run. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Central Alabama leading 11-5. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Nestled along the Chattahoochee River, City Mills blends historic charm with modern luxury. Stay in boutique-style rooms designed for comfort, just steps away from fine dining at Millhouse Kitchen and Bar. If you're planning a celebration, our event center offers stunning river views, elegant spaces, and a brand new riverside tent, perfect for weddings, receptions, and special gatherings, rain or shine. Whether you're here to relax, explore, or create lasting memories, City Mills is where history meets hospitality.
Bottom of the 5th inning, we got a new pitcher on the mound for Central Alabama. That is Jason Deese, the sophomore, who's had 2 innings of work so far this season. And leading things off will be Kenyon Meeks, followed by Brody Pierce. Meeks trying to get his numbers. All right, on the season, Kenyon Meeks batting .357, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. And Meeks pops it up into right field, making the grab for 1 down. Now Connor Pierce steps in, the lefty. Ooh, we get the lefty-on-lefty matchup. Intriguing. I did receive word that Brian Trepanier does play for the Firefighters now. He was on the Texas Tailgaters last year for Banana Ball. Now he's on the Firefighters, which I saw a video. That looks so cool to have the dog go from third base to home, and then the Firefighters obviously have a very unique uniform. And I was watching Banana Ball the other day. I was just intrigued by it. It was pretty cool. Definitely got to go to a game. That's swing and a miss. That's in the mitt. That's going to be an 0-2 count to Brody Pierce. Got Grayson Hall on deck. Here's the 1-1 changeup, check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Now it's going to be a 2-1 count. So we go from a 1-1 count now to still a 1-1 count. And did not fix it on the scoreboard. So nope, now it's a 2-2 count. Okay. And that's fouled back. Runs the count full. And here we go. We can go ahead and get this payoff pitch going the way, and high, ball 4. That's going to be a one-out walk issued. Grayson Hall will be the batter. Grayson Hall on the season, the freshman, batting .259. Got a runner in scoring position. And that's going to be a ball, 1-0. Remember, this Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're on the YouTube channel only. We've got some soccer games. We got a baseball game later today. Got a very busy schedule on Georgia Alabama Sports Live when it comes to the heavy Tuesday lineup, like we always do. Popped up, right field. Making the grab is the right fielder for 2 outs. So Grayson Hall is out on a fly out, and coming up to the plate will be Cooper Lofton, who's a freshman batting .304. He's got a home run, 2 RBIs on the season. And the pitch to Lofton. Runner goes. That's going to be a stolen base for Brody. Johnny Blue on deck for the Pirates. 0-1 count. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Deese. Kind of took something off it. 0-2 count now. And the pitch. Got him swinging. Strike 3, inning over. CVCC strands a runner at second. We've played 5 here at Howard Lake Field. It's 11-5, Coastal Alabama on top. We'll be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
And welcome back here to CVCC. It is 11-5, Central Alabama with the lead. And leading things off for Central Alabama is Chance Lumpkin. Trepanier starts him off with a ball. Connor Trepanier was on that North Side team that won the state championship in 2019, along with Justin Velos, former CVCC, and also former Columbus Chattahoochee, Connor O'Neill. They've, yeah, hard to believe that was 7 years ago. 2-0. Oh, and they hit him. That got Chance. Runner at first. And now J.D. Oaks will come up to the plate for Central Alabama. Trepanier working from the stretch. And the pitch to JD. It's inside for a ball. So Central Alabama Community College, they have several campuses, but the main one is in Alexander City. It's probably about 2 hours away, going towards Birmingham. Also, the Alexander City is where Benjamin Russell's at. High drive. That is deep. Going back. That is going to be off the wall. Throwing it in, and now Central Alabama's got runners in scoring position with no outs. Well, a little bit more, and that would have been out of here by J.D. Oaks. That ball carried as wind is carrying to right field. And now Sanders Dyer going to come up to the plate for Central Alabama. Trepanier working from the stretch, and the pitch. That is outside for a ball. Trepanier gets the sign, the 1-0 delivery, gets by the catcher. Back to the bag, the throw, not in time. And it's now 12-5, Central Alabama. The ball did take a ricochet from the backstop. It looked like he might have had a play. But Central Alabama, they have scored 11 unanswered runs after trailing 5-1. 2-0. Outside for ball 3. Brady Thomas on deck. 3-0. And that is right at the letters. It's 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that is high, ball 4. And so runners at the corners, and Brady Thomas will be the batter. Still with no out. No outs here in the 6th. And that's in there for a strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1, and that is in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher. And it's 1-1. And a pitch. That's right in there for a strike. 1-2. Trepanier working from the stretch. The 1-2 delivery in the dirt again. Stopped by the catcher. Runner does go. That breaks up the double play. Central Alabama's got runners in scoring position. It's a 2-2 count. Brady Thomas, the batter. Trepanier to the plate. High, ball 3. Levi Pender on deck. Trepanier. Payoff pitch coming. That is lined right to the shortstop. Bobbles it, throws it over. Not in time, but another run will score. And coming up to the plate will be the former Glenwood Gator, Levi Pender. Last time he was up, he had the bases loaded. Now he's got runners at first and second with a chance to do more damage for Central Alabama as they now lead 13-5. 12 unanswered runs for Central Alabama so far. Trepanier to Pender. That's line to left. That's going to be a base hit, rounding third. Here comes a play, no play, and Levi Pender has got an RBI single, and it's a 9-run lead for Central Alabama. I know this has to be a very welcome sight for the former Glenwood Gator coming back home. And I know fans are family members excited that he's here, but unfortunately playing for the other team. So CVCC finds themselves down by 9 after they were up by 4 after 1. And coming up to the plate will be Davis Gully. Grounded out his last time up. And that's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. And another player that played in this area, which I don't see him in the lineup, is a guy by the name of Holden Dean, who wears number 32, former Russell County Warrior. That's low and in the dirt. It is 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Still no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Connor Trepanier, the pitcher. That is fouled back, and it's a 2-2 count. Trepanier working from the stretch, checks the runner at second. The 2-2 delivery, high, ball 3. Maddox Edie is on deck. Trepanier. Payoff pitch to Gully, and that's check swing foul, and we'll do it again. Don't forget, we've got a couple of baseball games, some soccer matches later tonight. We've got Westfield Pacelli baseball. We got Brookstone Pacelli soccer. Harris County Griffin soccer. 3-2. That's going to be outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. That was a very good pitch by Connor Trepanier. Just missed. All right, Maddox Edie. First, Coach wants to have a talk with Trepanier. We'll step aside here as looks like we might have a pitching change. Don't go anywhere. It's 14-5, Central Alabama on top over CVCC. Back after this. All right, welcome back to CVCC. On the mound, the new pitcher for the Chattahoochee Valley Pirates is the former Central Red Devil, Hunter Whippert. Man, the funny thing is, you call as many high school baseball games as we do on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, you start seeing familiar faces at the college level. I mean, we've got a Glenwood player and a Russell County player playing for the opposing team. We've got former players like Hunter Whippert playing for Central. Connor Trepanier played for Northside. And that's what it's really all about, is just showcasing this local talent that wants to play local. All right, well, coming up to the plate with the bases loaded is Maddox Eady facing Hunter Whippert. And working from the stretch. And the first pitch to Eady, and that's a chopper foul. Whippert from the stretch, the 0-1, swing and a miss on a changeup. And it is 0-2. Whippert, the 0-2. Changeup, got him swinging, strike three. So Hunter Whippert coming in, striking out the first batter he has faced. And now coming up to the plate is Deuce Sims. Whippert, first pitch to Sims. Inside and away, 1-0. And the 1-0, changeup high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch is low, and it's ball 3. Whippert. 3-0 delivery. Low ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk issued to bring in a run. And it is now 15-5, Central Alabama, with the 10-run rule in effect now. With 1 down and the bases loaded, and coming up to the plate is A.J. Sanchez. Whippert's first pitch, check swing, and he got him. Strike 1. Whippert working from the stretch. The 0-1. And that just missed outside. It's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery is low for a ball. 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Check swing. Did he go around? No, that's going to be high, ball 3. Hunter Whippert, 3-1 pitch. And that's on the outside part of the plate for strike 2, and it runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, it's 15-5. Central Alabama leading CVCC. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up. Playable. Who's got it? Making the grab. Right there for out number 2. And now Chance Lumpkin coming up to the plate. Wimpert. First pitch to Lumpkin. Swing and a miss on a changeup, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Changeup. That is a high drive to left and right at the left fielder. Making the grab and a good catch there by the left fielder. All right, we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. CVCC, they need to get a run to keep this game going. They trail 15-5. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Bottom of the 6th inning, and on the mound, the new pitcher for Central Alabama is Brody Smith. He tries to shut the door on these hitters. Not a save situation, but coming in, he's got closer stuff. And we'll see as we try to see Central Alabama try to shut the door on the CVCC hitters. And Johnny Blue leading things off for the Pirates. They have had 4 scoreless innings. They have not scored since the 1st inning. And that's going to be in there for a strike. 0-1. It's foul back, and it's going to be 0-2. Brody Smith, head of the batter. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 0-2 outside for a ball, 1-2. There's the 1-2. That's low in the dirt, 2-2. So Central Alabama in Division II right now, 2-14 record, 8-23 overall, 2-14 in the division. As that's swung on a miss and a strikeout by Blue. Blue goes down swinging for the first out here in the 6th. And CVCC right now with a 5-7 record, 14-15. And coming up to the plate will be Jaden Nunez. Smith, that's outside for a ball. Brody Smith, the 1-0. In there for a strike. 1-1 count. A 1-1 pitch in there for a strike, 1-2. Brody Smith, 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch fouled back. And it evens the count at 2-2. CVCC next will take on Gadsden State for a doubleheader on Thursday. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. They actually took 2 out of 4 against Southern Union. They played in a 4-game series. Played on Saturday up in Wadley. Little high chopper trying to get it. Cannot make the play. And that will be an error on the shortstop for Central Alabama. Brady Thomas. And now coming up to the plate will be Michael Fallon. With a runner at first. Brody Smith sidearms it outside for a ball. There's the 1-0. Outside ball 2. Here's the 2-0. In there for a strike. And there's a ground ball. It's going to be in the right field for a base hit. So now we've got 2 runners aboard for CVCC. And Kendall Jackson going to come up to the plate. Smith's first pitch to Jackson, high and above the letters, ball 1. Smith delivers. The pitches, that's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Smith from the stretch. The 1-1 delivery. Low and ball 2. Connor Cosby on deck. Smith delivers. Chopper right over to Pinder. Tosses over to second for one. Over to first. And that will not be a double play. Score that 5-4 on the putout. And there are two away. Runners at first and third. And now Connor Cosby, the batter. Pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. Smith throwing back to first. Runner goes, the 1-0. Throw down and trying to get the out at third. He was taken off on that pitch, but gets back safely. It was Nunez. It's a 1-1 count. And the pitch. Inside for a ball, 2-1. Smith, 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch got him swinging. Something outside of the zone. Now it's a 2-2 count. This could be it. If CVCC does not get a run here, this game will end in the 10-run rule. Smith, the 2-2 delivery, and that is going to be low when it runs the count full. CVCC just needs to push across 1 run to extend this inning, to extend this game. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Smith, the payoff pitch coming, and that is going to be low and in the dirt, and here comes a run. And CVCC cuts the lead to 9. So they will continue this game. That was ball 4. There will be runners at the corners. And now Canyon Meeks is going to come up to the plate. With Brody Pierce on deck. Smith. Runners at the corners, and the pitch to Meeks. That's lined into center. And that's going to be a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 1-1 scores. Rounding third and on his wheels, and it's going to be a 2 RBI double for Canyon Meeks. And it is now 15-8. All with 2 outs. CVCC was 1 strike away from having this game end in a 10-run rule. And now they trail by 7. They have really come up in the clutch. And now Brody Pierce, the batter. CVCC putting up 3 runs in this inning. Smith checks the runner. The 1-0. Inside for a strike, 1-1. CVCC has not scored since the first inning, putting up 3 runs here in the 6th. So we will definitely play to 7 at least. That's for sure. Two and 1 count to Brody Pierce. That gets away from the catcher, but he had a good stop on it, and it's 3-1. Good play by Oaks. That almost went to the backstop. We got a runner at second. Hitters count for Brody Pierce. 3-1 delivery on the way, and that's lined right to the second baseman. Making the stop, but not before CVCC puts up 3 runs on the board. They strand one. We go to the top of the 7th inning. They now trail Central Alabama 15-8. We'll be back after this on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Top of the 7th inning, Central Alabama coming up to bat with their team up 15-8. They were 1 strike away from run ruling this game. But coming up to the plate will be J.D. Oaks, the catcher. Whippert starts him off with a strike. It was a nice changeup there by Hunter Whippert. So Central Alabama, also known as CACC. The Trojans. Ground ball to third. Throw to first, and it gets by the first baseman. And Oaks is safe. That will be an error on the first baseman. And coming up to the plate will be Sanders Dyer. Central Alabama, led by their head coach Larry Thomas. That's in there for a strike. 0-1. Sanders Dyer out of Cumming, Georgia. And therefore a strike, 0-2. Whippert from the stretch. The 0-2 to Dyer, high for a ball, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. It gets by the catcher. And it's now a 2-2 count. (15-8) is your score. CACC ended up putting up 9 runs in the 3rd inning. Whippert checks the runner at second. Delivers the 2-2. Just missed, and it runs the count full. Full count on Sanders Dyer, the freshman. With Brady Thomas on deck. Here's the payoff pitch to Dyer. That's popped up. Foul and out of play, and it looks like it's going to be over in the, not quite in the softball field, but and now it's a 3-2 count to Dyer. Whippert working from the stretch. Delivers the payoff pitch to Dyer, and that's going to be low ball 4. So with 2 runners on and no outs, Brady Thomas, the freshman from Sylacauga, will come to the plate with Levi Pender on deck. Whippert, first pitch to Thomas, just missed. 1-0. Whippert, the 0-1. The 1-0. Oh, look out. That. Luckily, the third base coach was able to stop that one, and he's a tough guy over there. Didn't even flinch. 1-1 count. Whippert checks the runner at second. Fires the 1-1 in the dirt, and that is stopped. Good stop there by Lofton. 2-1. Fouled back. Down the line. Now it's 2-2. Still no outs. Here, top of the 7th inning. Whippert checks the runner. 2-2 pitch. Change up. And there's going to be a ground ball. Trying to get a play and no play at all. Cannot come up with it. Bases loaded, no outs. And Levi Pender will be the batter. Last time he was up, he had a single. The third baseman coming in out of Phoenix City, Alabama. The freshman. Won multiple state championships with the Glenwood Gators. Also was the starting quarterback for the football team for Glenwood. And also played basketball. And that's going to be low in the dirt. It's 1-1. (15-8) is your score. Central Alabama on top here, top of the 7th. Hunter Whippert. The pitch, and that is lined in a right, and that is going to fall in for a base hit. 1 run will score, and it's now 16-8. Central Alabama, and another RBI single for Levi Pender. And now coming up to the plate, will be Davis Gully, the sophomore from Hueytown, Alabama. Hueytown, just outside of Birmingham. That's in there for a strike, inside corner. tell you what, that last at bat, Hunter Whippert facing Levi Pinder. I don't know if they faced each other when Central played Glenwood last year. I think Hunter Whippert already graduated. Yeah, he was playing for CVCC last year. But, yeah, we had a classic Central Glenwood battle, pitcher and batter. And that is going to be into left field for another base hit. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. And rounding third is Pender and scoring. And it's an 11-run lead for Central Alabama. The bases get cleared for Davis Gully. Davis Gully clearing the bases with a double. And it is now 19-8. 4 runs put up in the 7th inning. 4 runs were in the 6th inning. And now coming to the plate for Central Alabama is Maddox Eady, the freshman from Defean, Alabama. It's a 1-0 count. That's low for a ball. It is 1-1. Well, CVCC will going to have to score 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. Right now, with no outs, Central Alabama is just continuing to be relentless at the plate. It was just an incredible base hit by Davis Gully to clear the bases. Wimpert, the 2-1, got him swinging. Maddox Eady now with a 2-2 count. Deuce Sims on deck. 2-2, high ball 3. Runs the count full on Maddox Eady. Whippert from the stretch. Payoff pitch to Eady, and that is low ball 4. So runners at first and second. And coming up to the plate is the left-hander Deuce Sims, the freshman out of Owensboro, Kentucky. This is a long way from home. Whippert from the stretch. And the pitch to Sims, popped up, foul, out of play. It'll be a souvenir for a lucky fan. And it's 0-1. Whippert from the stretch. The 0-1 delivery. That's high and away. And it's 1-1. Whippert, the pitch, and that's in there for a strike, 1-2. Don't forget, we got Westfield Pacelli baseball later tonight. Dave Plata on the call. Griffin, Harris County soccer. Pacelli, Brookstone soccer. That's low and in the dirt, and it is 2-2. Now we'll have a 5:30 start time at Mack Strong Stadium for that Pacelli-Brookstone game. Here's the 2-2, and there's a high drive, deep, going back, at the wall, it is gone. That is a 3-run homer for Deuce Sims, and Central Alabama now leads it 22-8. A towering shot by Deuce Sims. And Central Alabama is pouring it on. I tell you, they're having fun in the dugout in their uniforms Kind of looks like the Savannah Bananas. You know the Bananas have fun. They have definitely kept it rolling here in the 7th, putting up 7 runs. Coach Thomas coming out saying that's going to be all for Hunter Whippert. We are going to get a pitching change for CVCC. They trail 22-8 here in the top of the 7th inning. Back after this here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. All right, welcome back here to CVCC, top of the 7th inning. And the new pitcher on the mound for the Pirates is the freshman lefty Carter Ward out of Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. And Carter Ward on the season, he is 0-1. His 7th appearance, 8 innings of work with 12 strikeouts. He's coming in here in a tough situation, just trying to get out of this inning. Still no outs for Central Alabama. And now we're going to have A.J. Sanchez coming up to the plate for Central Alabama. A.J. out of Jacksonville, Florida, is a sophomore. Ward's first pitch in there for a strike. Was a great pitch by Carter Ward. Correction, Cater Ward. Ward from the stretch. Base is empty. The 0-1. Just high for a ball. 1-1. And there's a pop-up. Shallow right. Chasing on it. Cannot get it. And that's going to be a double. Slide into second. This is a double there for Sanchez. Still no outs. And coming up to the plate, will be Chance Lumpkin out of Alexander City, Alabama. So hometown kid, Central Alabama. more than likely played at Benjamin Russell, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will confirm that with me. 22-8 is your score. Pitch to Lumpkin inside for a ball. And it's 1-0. Still in the top of the 7th inning. And that's a swing and a miss on a changeup. It's 1-1. Good pitch there by Cater Ward. No outs here. Ward working from the stretch. And the pitch, swing and a miss. And it's now 1-2. Don't forget, we'll be here Thursday for the doubleheader against Gadsden State. We will also have softball action. So myself, Paxton, we're going to definitely hold down the fort, get those 2 games in. Be a nice day to come out to the ball field and catch some softball and baseball. A lot of people go back and forth between those 2 events. It's going to be a foul, and it's 1-2. One ball and 2 strike to Chance Lumpkin. Ward delivers. That pitch just missed, and it's ball 2. Runner at second base. Ward delivers the 2-2. It's inside, and it runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And it looks like the umpire say no. He said strike 3. That was a late call, but that is a strikeout for Cater Ward. And that is out number 1. And J.D. Oaks coming up to the plate. J.D. Oaks from Childersburg, Alabama. Not too far from Alexander City. Actually a little bit closer to Birmingham. First pitch to Oaks, and that is a ground ball right to third. Thought about tagging the runner. Does get the out on the hop. The runner will advance over to third base. So now with 2 away, that will bring to the plate the lefty. Sanders Dyer. Ward from the stretch. The first pitch to Dyer, and that hits him on the helmet. And now we got runners at the corners. Yeah, one pitch hits him right on the helmet. Now we've got, with 2 outs, coming up to the plate will be Brady Thomas. With Levi Pender on deck. So Levi Pender has a chance to maybe get another at bat here. I know this has got to be just a special time to come back to Phoenix City, his hometown. But Brady Thomas is the batter, and Ward's going to have to focus on him here with 2 outs. Cater Ward. The 0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. Brady Thomas out of Sylacauga. Another player local close to Alexander City. The 1-1. And that's in there for a strike. And I'm wondering, Central Alabama's got a rivalry with Southern Union, which is out of Wadley. They're kind of pretty close to each other. That was who CVCC played last. There's the 1-2 to Thomas, fouled back. That will be a dead ball as that actually hit him on the foot. It's 1-2. Central Alabama has broke it open here in the 7th, scoring 7 runs in this inning. And they lead this 22-8. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, it's high, ball 2. There is activity over in the Central Alabama bullpen. As that is actually, I'll get his number here in just a minute. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Central Alabama strands 2 runners, but they put up 7 as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. CVCC needs 6 runs to try to keep this game alive as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we are back here at Howard Lake Field on the campus of Chattahoochee Valley Community College. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Pirates have got 3 outs to try to extend this game. Otherwise, this could be the last inning. On the mound for Central Alabama is Callan Gay, sophomore out of Newell, Alabama. And the lefty, after getting his warm-up tosses, will come in to face Grayson Hall, the freshman out of Baxley, Georgia. That is high for a ball. 1-0. (22-8) is your score. CACC put up 9 runs in the 3rd. They did put one run in the 4th, but they also had 4 runs in the 6th, and 7 runs in the 7th. That's high for ball 3. And the pitch in there for a strike. It's a hitter's count. Hitters count to Grayson Hall. Pitch. It's lined in the left center. That is going to fall for a base hit. Hall rounds first, and he is going to stand up with a leadoff double to start things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice timely hitting by Grayson Hall. And now coming up to the plate, Cooper Lofton, the 6'3" freshman out of Coleman, Alabama. Also is the catcher today for Coach Vick and the Pirates. Lefty on lefty here. Gay delivers. High ball 1. Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Houston Clinic, and Coca-Cola. As Gay delivers. That's going to be in there for a strike, and it's 1-1 to Cooper Lofton. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and it gets away from the catcher. And trucking down over to third base. It's going to be Grayson Hall. He is 90 feet away from just giving CVCC another possibility of extending this game. Remember, they need 6 runs in this inning. There's a little chopper to the first baseman. He's got to hurry. Underhands it to Gay. Did he get the out? Believe he did not. He beats it out. Cooper Lofton beats it out. The run will score. It's now 22-9. It's been a impressive offensive shutout. If you like offense, this has been the game for you. Johnny Blue, the batter, the 6'1" freshman out of Bethlehem, Georgia. Wonder if he played for Bethlehem Christian in the GIAA. I got to find that out. One and 0 count. Gay, the pitch outside for a ball. It's 2-0. For a second there, I thought Johnny Blue did not have batting gloves on because he's got a kind of like skin-toned batting gloves. That's kind of cool. But, man, during my baseball playing days, I had to have batting gloves. I could not hit the ball with no batting gloves. It just stung too much coming off the bat. Of course, these are wood bats or fiberglass bats, not the aluminum bats that we end up seeing in the Little League level. 2-0, fouled back, and it is 2-1 now. With a runner at first base with no outs. Gay, the pitch, low for a ball. Now it's a hitter's count to Johnny Blue. Here's a 3-1 delivery, and there's a ground ball in the hole in left field. That's going to be another base hit. And we got runners at first and second, no outs. And now Jaden Nunez, the freshman out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, is going to come up, which I don't think that's Jaden Nunez. Michael Fallon is going to be coming up. Well, looks like we're going to have a pitching change for Central Alabama. And coming into pitch for Central Alabama is Ryan Clevier. Ryan Clevier, a sophomore out of River Ridge, Louisiana, and just seeing his demeanor, he looks like he's got closer stuff. Kind of reminds me of Craig Kimbrell, just his delivery. I tell you, I know I miss Craig Kimbrell when he was playing for the Braves. All right, we'll take a break as Clavier will throw his warm-up toss. It's 22-9, your score here in the bottom of the 7th. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we are back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Jade Nunez coming up to the plate. And this could be a ball 1-0. Runner at first and second, no outs. CVCC has got to extend this game if they want to continue. I mean, putting up 9 runs. There's a little chopper. Pender gloves it. He's going to throw to first. Off the bag, but he does get the out. His foot was off the bag, but it was a call. It was kind of a bang-bang play. And I'll tell you, that was a good play by Deuce Sims, but a even better play by Levi Pender to charge the baseball, not worry about the runners, just got to try to get outs. Runners are now in scoring position for Michael Fallon. Michael Fallon from Woodstock, Georgia. And let me tell you something about Woodstock, Georgia. They got one of the best baseball teams in the country in Etowah. And I don't know if he went to Etowah. He might have went to River Ridge. He might have went to Woodstock. Could have went to the Keams Academy. But, yeah, Woodstock, definitely a baseball town. It is 0-2. And really, to be honest with you, I like doing little backstories on these players, especially, trying to get the background on them. Here's the 0-2 to Fallon. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Oaks. It's 1-2. Yeah, I just saw that earlier today. the rankings of all the top teams in the country. Fallon, opposite field. That's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run scores. The second run is going to score, and Michael Fallon with a 2 RBI double. And it's now 22-11. 33 runs in this game. Good night. Kendall Jackson now the batter. Kendall Jackson from Warner Robins, and I'm not going to play that game. Did he play at Housing County? Another big baseball powerhouse. I'm sure he did, yes. Of course, Warner Robins known for that Little League team in 2007 that won it all. Ryan Clavier. The pitch. And is outside for a ball to Kendall Jackson with a .295 batting average. Also leads the team with 8 stolen bases, 4 home runs, and 18 RBIs on the season. Got a golden opportunity here with a runner at second base, and he fouls one out for a 1-1 count. As with 1 out, CVCC needs 2 more runs to extend this game. Clavier, the 1-1, fouled back. And it is 1-2. Go, taking a couple of practice swings. Getting back in the batter's box. So, yeah, I did get confirmation that Michael Fallon did play for River Ridge. Still a baseball powerhouse. That's another top 6A school up in the North Metro Atlanta area. And what better way than somebody very familiar with the North Metro Atlanta area, somebody that's lived there for 9 years, is yours truly. Here's the 2-2. Fouled back, and we will start it again. It is a 2-2 count. We got Connor Cosby on deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Kendall Jackson, the pitch. There's a ground ball right to Pinder. Throw to first. In time for the out. They check the runner at second, and now there is 2 down. And if CVCC cannot get 2 runs across the board, this could be the final at bat. Here in the bottom of the 7th, down by 11. Connor Cosby steps in from Auburn, Alabama. He has got 6 home runs and 23 runs batted in. That leads the team with a .260 batting average. And there's a line drive in a center field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third, and here comes a throw. And it's going to be a 10-run lead for CACC. It is now 22-12. Cosby with an RBI single. It is 22-12. But that is not going to be enough to extend this game. Cosby has got to score to keep this game going. And now Canyon Meeks coming up to the plate for CVCC. Meeks from Harris County. And him and Fisher Botzell, teammates, the Harris County Tigers. Harris County's got a big game today. It's Central Carrollton. But we will have Harris County on Georgia Alabama Sports Live when they do play Central on Thursday. A 1 count to Meeks. Pitch, ground ball, right to the shortstop. Throw to first, in time for the out, and that's your ball game. CACC comes into Chattahoochee Valley, gets a 22-12 victory, a combined 34 runs in this game. Unbelievable. And when you have a game that's got 34 runs, how in the world are we going to name an Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands player of the game? I mean, come on. But I am going to say it's going to be Davis Gully. He hit a 3-run homer. Hey, a home run trumps anything else in a 22-run game by Central Alabama. They win this game. And now CVCC's got to focus on their next game, which will take place on Thursday. We'll be back for it on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They go to 14-16 overall, 5-8 in the ACCC. And they have got Gadsden State coming up 1 o'clock on Thursday. We will have the call for that one. We will also have a treat for you because we got CVCC softball that day too. We got 2 CVCC events, a total of 4 games that you are going to catch here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Once again, the final score, Central Alabama defeats CVCC by a score of 22-12 in 7 innings to win this one. For Richard Holdridge, saying so long from CVCC, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your day, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.